Hello everyone, and welcome to this crude oil futures review using SmartTools for SmartLevels. The chart is a zero point 0.2 range bar chart based on tick data, and the black bars here represent the overnight trading activity. All times are Eastern Standard Time, which is Greenwich Mean Time Zone 5. Today there were two news releases scheduled for 10 a.m. Before the stocks opened up, which is shown by this yellow area on the chart, all these bars have the same opening timestamp of the stock market. The market was trapped before then in between these two position trading levels at 98.10, 97.25. No trades in here validated by the SmartLevels. Once the stocks opened up, they blasted through 98.10 and started to consolidate around it, and then eventually formed this blue bar a couple minutes after the open. This is a setup that I did take. The entry was at 98.26, sort of halfway between these two SmartLevels. I didn't like the entry, so I decided to take this trade on a pullback within a couple ticks of this 98.10 position trading level. I actually entered at 98.12. 98.10 then held very nicely support. It went down to 98.09 actually, and then greatly reduced my risk on the trade, as you can see, and then went to these overhead targets. I exited one contract here at the first software generated profit target at 98.47 for a nice trade. Then the second contract was set to break even right here at 98.26. The market came back to threaten that stop a bit and then blasted higher again to this overhead position trading level at 98.71, where I exited the second contract and I was done for the day. I'll just cover the rest of the setups, however, on the chart. Let me just pause this for a second. Okay, I had to change the input parameter on the software, which had me entering on a pullback. I wanted to go over all these trades, assuming no pullback. Once the market held resistance here at 98.71, if you were going to take a short setup from here somewhere, this black bar was a great place to take a setup from. The entry was just below 98.45, and the market went down to both profit targets, and then almost came back to the 98.45 level, but eventually then went back down to 98.10. So had you held a second contract to some stop loss over up in this area on the other side of 98.45, you could have made a little bit more money. The market went higher from here. This blue bar does not trigger. Taking a setup off of this red bar does not make any sense. You can see the entry is in no man's land here between these two very tightly coupled position trading levels. Targets are on the other side, or the wrong side of 98.10. So if you're going to take a setup, the one to take is from the black bar before it, which straddles 98.71, as you can see, and has the entry at the discretionary level at 98.45. This would have been an easy trade to take. The the market went right straight down to the target and then pulled back to the entry, and then consolidated around 98.45 for a while. This is a potential long setup which just got stopped out to the tick. This would have been a trade to also enter on a pullback and perhaps lower your stop loss a little bit. In any case, if you didn't, you could have re-entered the trade again as the market formed another long setup bar around 98.71. The trade triggered, went to the first profit target almost a second before it went into consolidation. This short setup here, as you can see, is it's in no man's land. The profit target's on the wrong side of 98.45. The setup bar to take was this from this black bar here. I'm sorry, this black bar here, which has an entry again in no man's land, but the target is right around 98.71. So this would have been a reasonable trade to take. This would have been a losing trade. Actually, the setup is not ideal. As you can see, the entry, the setup bar is in no man's land. The market stops us out here. This short setup has got a problem in that the entry is between these two position trading levels like before. The targets are on the wrong side of it. The trade to take is from this black bar. The setup is, if you're going to take a counter trend setup here, this is the one to take. The entry is 98.79, and the target is not very far down below at 98.67, 98.65. Somewhere in that area, 98.63 actually, and then the market went higher. And this long setup is validated by the SmartLevels. The stop loss is not quite hit; it misses by a tick or two and races higher to both profit targets. You could have certainly waited for the market to pull back to 99.02 and form another blue bar, which it did here. This setup triggered, went to the first profit target, pulled back to the position trading level within a few ticks, and then raced higher to both profit targets. Well, that's all for today. So long for now.